Everybody, how we doing, everybody? How we doing, everybody?
How we doing, everybody? My name is Randy Phillips here of the Rough and Finish Podcast Shop Tour, where we talk anything and everything about racing from north to south at various shops we go and visit. Uncut, unedited, and no bullshit.
Anyone say just go back to the pits? Well, he fucked up. He can kiss my dick.
Where we talk about rules,
I don't know, we got all these rules.
feuds that we see on the track.
I've been waiting for this all year. You've been running it? You've been running in the back of my hole for like 5 years. Running in the side of me, blaming me. Watch the video, bud. Rain check it, rain check it. I raced you just like you did. The only difference was I did it for the win.
We talk to various drivers in their shop where they cut their teeth, bled their blood, and made their name in the sport that we love of short track racing.
Radiating the motors in and out just side of my house on a tree.
So kick back, relax, and grab a road soda and enjoy the various drivers that we go and meet. And now on with the show.
That's all he says every time. Oh, we should do this, we should do that. You scared? I'm definitely not fucking scared.
We're climbing.
How we doing, everybody? My name is Randy Phillips here of the Rough and Finish Podcast. Today we're here in Slika Motorsports with Keith Slika, Joey Ventrillo, and Ron Bolduc. How you guys doing?
What's going down?
Oh, we're living, man. How about you?
Oh, trying to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, am I really going to look that fat on the camera?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The camera adds like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my excuse. The other 50 were running.
Great left side weight.
Yeah, that's what you should name the show, Left Side Win.
Yeah, we should. So, who started first out of you three?
The old
Yes, man.
The old man.
And the old man. So, Ron, what year did you start?
It was either 1984 or 85. It was the first enduro Star had. They didn't even call it enduros then. It was called the People's Race.
Oh, okay.
And I went to the races the week before just to watch and saw they kept talking about it. And I grabbed the entry form, showed them to my father, and we got 3 cars ready in a week and
Wow.
went and played.
Yeah.
That was it.
How was that? Was it totally different than what it is now? Well, obviously it
Yeah.
is, but
Yeah, because back then there was more 8-cylinder cars around.
yeah, true. Oh yeah, no, yeah,
So there was nothing to have 250 8-cylinder cars.
yeah,
And, you know, it's like reverse now, like with the 4 cylinders.
yeah,
Back then it was all 8 cylinders.
yeah. That's all that they used to make back in the day. So was that you that was on its side?
Yep.
How'd that go about?
That, we went,
Was that the first race?
no.
Okay,
That was,
so you did good.
That was like, I don't know, that was at Hudson.
Yeah.
I built an enduro car to go over there, and it was like a Friday night race.
Oh, okay.
And one of the regular guys come over and said, "You coming back Sunday?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" "Oh, you can run these with the rookie cars." And I'm like, "I can?" So we went back, and I started running weekly, and they had one of them, the Hudson Slickers, I think they used to call it, when it would rain.
Great name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legend
Well,
before I even started.
it would be raining or something, and they would cancel the races, but if you wanted to stay and
Oh,
race, you
slicker
could.
races. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all the top point guys, they didn't want to race, and I had an old shit box, so I didn't care.
Yeah. What was that car?
That was a Chevy Nova,
Oh, okay. Cool.
and I had more money in spray cans. And like the first day I went there with that car, I had 2 girls as my pit crew,
Oh, there you go.
and that might have been why they asked me if I was coming back. But so the track was wet, and I lost it on the front stretch. And back then, after the flag stand, the wall turned to dirt.
Oh, okay.
So I spun, hit the dirt, and like it was in slow motion. The car just slowly
Yeah. Just
went
gravity
over.
took over from there.
So then I was hanging upside down, and I unhooked the seatbelt like an idiot and fell on my head. And then I could hear the tires screeching of all the cars trying to stop. And I wonder, how the hell can I get back in that seat?
Oh my god.
My Uncle Bobby was in the race with me.
Yeah.
He sees me upside down. He gets out of his car, comes over, and he's looking in the car, and I says, "Bob, I'm out. I'm all right." He looks at me and punches me. "How the hell did you do that?" So, yeah, that's how that car ended up upside down.
Did you run it after?
Yeah, the next
After
week.
you iced your eye?
No, the next week, it was. We used to put the battery on the floor in the front seat, strapped down in a milk crate. Safety wasn't a big concern.
Yeah, it definitely was not.
There was a bandana hanging around the mirror. The next week we come back and I'm out there on the track and the bandana just falls because the battery acid got to it. And yeah, it was interesting times back then.
So, so going from there, did you continue to race? So
Yep.
what was the next thing that you ran in like what year?
I did the rookies there for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I got the bright idea to go to Lee Speedway for a Friday night race. And, not being a dumb kid,
Yeah, yeah.
I went there. Hudson, you didn't have to have a fire suit. All you had to have was a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't have to have a window net. You didn't. So I show up at Lee Speedway late.
Yeah. Oh, he was already informed for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's where I learned it.
I didn't know about having to go through the tech inspection or anything like that. I just showed up and got in line. And I'm sitting down in stage and I didn't even remember my long sleeve shirt. And the guy comes down and says, "Hey, where's your stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I forgot my shirt." And the guy says, "You need more than a shirt. Where's your window net?" So we got thrown out. And that year, like everyone that I raced with at Hudson was like, "We're going to go to Lee next year." So, all right, I'll do that too. So I spent all winter building a new car to go to Lee. Nobody showed up. So I was there by myself and fighting with everybody. Nobody.
What did you build?
I built a Camaro. One of them Camaros.
We'll forgive him for that.
Yeah.
Didn't know any better.
I was young and foolish then.
yeah.
I did that for a couple of years, and then I switched to the Monte Carlo because I'm watching John DeBarro spank everybody, and I'm like, I got to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I jumped into one of them, and I still got spanked. And yeah, it took me a few years to get the hang of it. But when I started, I used to love the sound of crunching sheet metal. So
Should have been a demo driver.
yeah, I did that once over at Hudson.
They do call him the bulldozer.
Yeah. We'll go into that too. I want to know how you got that name.
Yeah, that's not that impressive of a story.
But as you were saying, so you made a Camaro, as you say.
Yep. So we built one of them and wrecked that a few times, and built another one the next year, wrecked that a few times. Then I started with the Monte Carlos, and that's when the black and blue paint job started coming
Oh, okay,
in.
gotcha.
That was like around 1990,
Okay.
and I just kept changing the black and blue every year. Back then, when I had a good memory, I used to be able to tell you, looking at the picture, what year it was. Different stripe, different wheel color, different. I couldn't tell
Just
you that.
subtle stuff now. Oh, I mean back then.
Yeah, back then I could look at the picture and tell you the year.
Oh, gotcha.
Now it's been too many years now.
What about that year that you look like you got a whole mullet sitting there?
Oh, he looks like that Ronnie and Tyson guy. Yeah. Send it.
You have great photos. I'll tell you why. I was like, this is good. This is good shit for the promo.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what picture that
Looked
is.
like a super late model. I mean, not a super late model, but it was Bud Light.
No, that was the late model. You'd put the picture.
Fucking Joe.
Fucking Joe. It's probably Rob.
He's like, I see me.
Yeah, Rob McRae's with us.
See Rob back there?
He was supposed to be here at noontime, but
What happened to his hat?
oh, the hat fell off.
Oh.
That's all right.
So, when you made that Camaro, that was for what? They were street stocks or something like that, or hobby stocks?
hobby
Oh, okay,
stocks.
so it was hobby stocks too.
Yeah.
So who did you race against at Lee, if you could remember?
When I first went there,
Yeah.
there was Fulton Mountain and Joe Moon Mountain and Artie Russo was there.
Yeah.
And Keith Martell. And there was a whole group from Ipswich. There was a whole group from Barrington. None of them liked me. I had come from Hudson, so I was the bad guy.
Oh, gotcha.
So the first year, I was a loner there. and I didn't care.
Yeah.
Because I was from Hudson. I came from the Hudson track, and I didn't care.
So there was like a stigma back in the day?
Yeah. They didn't like me because I came from over there, and in those days, in the old school, if you hit me, I hit you back, and
Yep.
so there was a lot of that, and I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And them guys, they had half a clue, and I would, I'd still do it today, but I'd be sideways to the flag stand. If I didn't spin out, I'm good. Car's okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything about handling, and I just wanted to drive.
Yeah. So you loved doing it. You just didn't know the etiquette, I guess we'll call it, that other people that did run before had. So how many years did you do that? When did you guys come into this? Joe was like 2010.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you shit. Ventrillo.
I started going to the races younger, like when I was a kid. My cousin.
Did you watch him race?
That's his hero.
When I first started going, I didn't know who he was. I'm sure he was racing then.
Yeah.
Because that was all in that late '80s to early '90s era. And then my cousin John started helping him out with his hobby stock, and then been with him ever since. He used to stop down the garage, pick me up.
Yeah.
We'd drive up there with the cube van or that other truck and drag me up to the track. And I don't know, it was a big thing for me to just be able to unload the car. And, that was cool.
You were the ratchet strap guy?
No, like actually getting in it and backing it off. I thought that was
wow.
neat. Yeah, nobody trusted me near the car. He let me. He was brave.
So how did you get your start?
Talking to me or him?
Either one of you.
Yeah.
How did you guys get
your start?
Did you start before him?
I started in 2000.
Yeah, I started in '94 driving.
Oh no, '98 was. I had a street stock in '98,
Yeah.
and like him, I didn't know what I was doing.
Who got you into it?
My father. My father's the '84 V6 limited super champion at Hudson Speedway,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
and then he drove the Haftons 350 Super at Star, and I was on the crew of Alan McClure, NASCAR modified. My first race was 1978, Stafford Speedway, and my father took. I was 8 years old, and I got hooked. And I've been to the races every year since 1978, helping Alan, helping my father, and then I wanted to drive, and I got a car. I wasn't that good with it. I had no help. The technical aspect of it. I mean, he looks kind of stupid, but he's really smart.
Yeah.
These cars. Let me tell you something. Fabricator, setup man. I forgot. I think Ronnie got me in with these guys.
Yeah.
And I became his teammate. That's why I'm 94. He's 95. And then I blossomed from there because these guys know what they're doing. Chris helps me a lot.
Yeah.
And these guys are smart. I mean, what we do, we turn the wheel.
Yeah.
These guys, what they do to these cars, makes us look good. And that's not easy to do.
The meat in the seat.
Yeah,
Meat in the
yeah, we're like the lowest rung of the totem pole here.
Yeah.
With the camera and everything, he acts nice, but he treats us like shit. Guys in around, yells at us, swears at us.
Yeah.
We're idiots with this, with that. Right on.
Like when I fired,
What?
We've been fired. We've been fired several times.
when I fired Ronnie for getting beat by a girl
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good
with
one.
a broken pitman arm.
Yeah, Ronnie gets.
He's leading the race.
Where are we?
All of a sudden,
That's Speedway.
Okay.
the girl from Seekonk, she had come up and she had like 9-inch tires and all that stuff, and drove around him, past him. I'm like, what the hell is that? Well, he comes in. I can't turn the thing right. I said, what do you mean? Look, the pitman arm was broke.
Yeah.
He finished the race like however many laps with a broken pitman arm. So the next week he had something going on.
Yeah, my wife had a bridal shower or something,
Yeah.
and I wasn't planning on racing for points, so I said, just go. I'll take the night off and keep the peace at home.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you went to the bridal shower.
No.
So Joe shows up ahead of all of us.
Yeah, I was driving Gertrude.
Yeah, and
And,
Rob was driving the other car.
Russ Knight comes up to me and he says, where's Ronnie? I says, Russ, I go, Slika fired him. He goes, what? I go, he fired him. He goes, why? I go, he beat by that girl last week. He goes, you're kidding. I go, do you see him here? He goes, wow. He goes, no, it must be true. I go, yeah, it's true. I won't lie to you. I go, Slika puts on a facade over here. He's a nice guy and everything. I go, he's nothing but an asshole to me and Ronnie at the garage, yelling, swearing at us, can't do nothing right. He goes, wow, I never thought Slika was like that. Then you come walking in, remember? He comes walking to the pits. What'd he say to you? Ronnie, what happened? We got fired?
Yeah.
What'd you say to him?
Well, before he come in the pit, what did he say? Russ says to you, boy, I'm sure
I'm sure gonna miss that, Ronnie. Poor Russ. What you think, you holding up for more money or something?
we had lots of fun with Russ. I won the championship at Star, and I finished the race, and I got trapped down in the infield with him. So I told Russ, I said, let's have some fun. I said, I'll start pointing at you like I'm yelling at you. I said, then start running. I said, and I'll chase you. And Russ, in that Maine accent, I don't know about that running shit. I said, it'll be funny. They'll go crazy up in the stand.
So have you guys just ran streeters the whole time?
Yeah.
Or like off and on?
He ran Pro Stock.
Pro Stocks, Outlaws.
For Renfrew, he drove.
Outlaws, yep.
Yeah.
Pro Stock for Renfrew?
Yeah, he ran.
Yeah, like
Won a race.
2008.
Holy shit, okay.
Yeah, the car's still in the shop. Still got the 95 on it, my name on the roof.
If I can bring it back out.
We thought of that a couple of years ago. We went up there to see him and
We were
looked at the
looking to buy
car,
it.
and we were thinking about it, but, at the end of the day, it all takes money.
Yeah.
And we just, money-wise, we would just been over our head, and it wasn't a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
So with our pockets, it's better to just, drive street stocks, because we can, the hammer and the torches and the welder, we can make something fit and make it work and get to the track the next week. And so that's why we stay right where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a garage full of used pots that could keep us running in a pinch. We needed it.
Yeah, trying to make a new thing.
Yeah. I mean, we've had thoughts.
We ran Kyle's mod for one race.
Yeah, for one race.
Joey, everybody's yelling at you to fucking get close to the mic,
Oh,
so.
all right.
I gotta take a stop real quick.
Oh, okay. So Joey, let's go into your racing lifestyle here. You started, you said you went to your first race at Stafford.
Yeah.
You have the shirt on. Love to see it.
Yeah, 1978, and my father brought me in there, and Richie Evans was parked right. The race didn't start yet. They were lined up to start. And,
Yeah.
he was parked right there, right in front of where I was sitting, and I didn't know who he was. I was an 8-year-old kid, and my father says, "Watch that 61 car." I'm like, "All right, why?" I'm saying, and he came through the pack, man, and Jeff Bodine ended up winning the race.
Yeah.
He finished second, and but I was hooked on Richie Evans, Then we went to Thompson the following week, and all the same guys are there, and I'm watching Richie Evans again, and Jeff Bodine wins again. Richie Evans finished second. I'm like, this Jeff Bodine, who is this friggin' guy, right? This friggin' little scrawny little thing comes out of the modified with a bowl haircut, right, with glasses. I thought a 400-pound gorilla was gonna come out like that. Right? This little scrawny thing comes out. I was like, that's Jeff Bodine? But I was hooked ever since then, and
Yeah.
I just, it's in my blood. I love it. I love racing, and it's just the driving. It's coming up, working on the cars, the fun we have, the memories we have. It's all, all part of it, And we run pretty good, all of us.
They
And
do all right.
we do all right, and
Yeah.
we're having fun. I
I'm
love
expecting better things
my
this
friends and have a blast. Yeah, but for this freaking guy here, like I says, we're at Lee at Oktoberfest, and there's 36 cars there, and he goes, "You got to draw for position for the heat," and I picked dead last in the first heat. So I come back. He goes, "Where you starting?" I go, "Dead last." Some guy there just looking over the car, and
There's like 15 cars. in
yeah,
the
he's
heat.
listening to it. Right? Yeah, I think I was starting 15th or 14th out of 15 cars. And he goes, "Where you starting?" I says, "Last, 15th, 14th. He goes, "Well, you better win it." He says, "We're loading up. We're going home."
Actually, I told him win it or don't even bring the thing back in the pit.
Yes. So he walks away. So the guy looks at me. He goes, "Was he serious?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, you're starting like almost second." He goes, "He don't give a shit. He's an asshole." He goes, wow, that's a lot of pressure on the driver. I said, yep.
Well, he wants to win.
So I go out. I finished second in the heat race, right? So I come in, and the guy comes back to the car, and he's listening to us. I go, Slick, can we stay? He goes, all right, we could stay. The guy's shaking his head at me. I don't know what the guy wants to say.
Yeah, we had a fast piece that week.
So, when did you get your start? What year was that?
I think, listen, we're getting older now. Our memories ain't
I know.
updated.
I'm not the fucking ballpark. I don't care. 72 to 75. What?
Only thing I do remember, you got that $200 you owe me?
Yeah.
No, I think it was 98 or 2000 or something like that. I had that street. I got that street stock of a George. Remember that street
The
stock?
red 14.
Yeah.
The one I drove for you.
Yeah, you
Showed
did.
you, showed you how to do it.
All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
It's on now. It's on. Listen, my first ever win. This asshole here finishes second to me, right? And
He come up to you.
I mean, I'm squeezing that wheel. I'm squeezing it, right? There's 25 outlaws out there.
Yeah.
And I'm leading it, and there's 25 cars out of the race, and caution comes out. And I look over, and Barry Raymond is aside of me. And I look across the track, like I see him. He's like last. I said, oh, good, I don't have to worry about him. We go green, 10 laps, 5 laps, caution. I look over, Barry Raymond beside me again. Take off. 2-3 laps, caution. I look over. Mitch Wendell's aside of me. So we go again, green, caution. I look over. This asshole's inside of me. Right? I go, oh, he must have broke or something. He must be going in the pits, right? So we come around turn 3, and he comes with me. Oh, this stupid bastard missed pit road, I says. I said, next lap, he better get in there. We come around. They go 1 to go. He's still aside. I go, this asshole's aside of me. I go from last. I go, I'm done. I said, I'm never going to hold this guy off. So I says, well, here's my teammate. I never won before. So when I start trying to get friendly with him before we start, I'm coming up next to his door, and I'm trying to wave to him, give him the thumbs up.
Yeah.
He won't even
Eyes
look
forward.
at me.
It's
He won't
business
even
out
look
there.
at me.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all business. I go, this fucking guy's all business. I said, I can't believe he's doing this to me. So we go green, but one thing he made me do, I got up on that wheel, and I hit my marks like a computer because I knew he was on me. And one time he bumped me, he got me sideways. I was really pissed about that. So now
He wanted to fight in the pits afterwards.
I win the race.
Even though you won?
I'm pissed. So he comes to give me a donut, right? Oh, Rob McCray, by the way, he gave me my first donut. He almost broke my fucking neck when he did it.
Blew his whole tire
Blew
out.
his whole tire off giving me a donut. He's so subtle, Rob. Hey, Rob, if you're listening.
I'm supposed to be here at noon with beer.
So now we're in Victory Lane. He comes over to shake my hand. I'm like, get the fuck away from me, right? He goes, what's the matter? I said, what are you doing out there? He goes, what is the matter? I go, dude, we're supposed to be teammates. He goes, you won, didn't I? Didn't you? I'm like, yeah, but he goes, I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah.
And I was glad for that reason. You know, he didn't give it to me, but I still was pretty pissed.
He used to ask me, you'd let me win, right? And I'm like, no. Yeah. He's like, no, come on, you would, right? I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Well, there was the one
You
time
got to earn them.
The one time he finished second, you didn't. He said Victory Lane. My teammate was supposed to win, but
Yeah, he was supposed to let me win. It was the DeBarrow race.
yeah.
He was supposed to let me win, but he didn't.
Oh, that was the race I thought the caution was coming out. Yeah. That sucked. Listen to this one. I led every borough race there was.
Yeah.
I mean, late, too.
Yeah.
I'm leading this race. I'm gone. I'm checked out. I think there was 9 laps to go. I says, I got this. Sammy Peabody spins out. I'm ready to lap him. He spins out in front of me. So I missed him, and I got off the gas. I says, oh, man, I was way out in front of these guys, you know? So I'm looking down across the track to see where second place is and stuff, and I'm off the gas the whole time. I'm looking. And I say, yeah, they're pretty far away. And I look down the back chute, and I can see a little green light at the end of turn 3. I go, what the hell? I go, oh, no. They never threw the friggin' caution. As soon as I stepped on the gas, this asshole passes me. Pow! So now, all I can think is, what am I going to tell my crew when I come in the pits? Because they're going to kill me. They're going to fire me.
Yeah.
So the race is over. Ronnie wins. I finish the second. And we come in the pit. Did you finish third that race?
Nah, that was a different.
All right. So
That was
we
the
come
one
in
I
the
should've
pits, and
dumped.
my crew says, Joe, what happened? I says, you know what happened? I go, my foot got stuck between the gas and the brake. I says, and I couldn't get it out. We thought it broke because you coasted there. I go, yeah, my foot got stuck. I just got it out. So, anyways, they bought it. So now, the following Wednesday, he calls me and he says, Joe, I go, what's up, Ron? He goes, I was thinking about the race. I go, yeah. He goes, you put the daily cars down like 2-3 laps. I go, yeah. He goes, because I was lapping them after you. He goes, the last time you put them down a lap, he goes, I looked up. It was like 9 laps to go, and I didn't even catch them yet.
Yeah.
He says, oh, he's got it. He's finally got a DeBoer race. He goes, next thing I know, I'm underneath you. I go, yeah. He goes, you thought the caution was coming out, didn't you? It was Sammy's fun. I go, shut up. Don't say nothing to nobody. Well, that was slipped away, too. But, yeah, I don't know.
We've had a couple slip away.
Yeah. Yep. What, you got nothing to say?
No, you called it right. I win, you finish second, like it's supposed to. It's in the script that way.
Yeah, the 94 comes before the 95. Don't forget that. Not in here, though. Not in here. They take parts off my car. They put it on inside.
That's happened.
Are you racing that weekend or no?
What's that? Oh, they take parts off my car? Oh, yeah. And then they rub it in my face after the race, too.
Oh, man. So, you didn't really get into it. So, like, what year did you start?
It was 98. I had a
98.
stock, and I was horrible with it. Horrible. And then,
Oh, so you just didn't want to talk about it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No, we talk about the wins this year. We don't talk about
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but everybody had their start somewhere.
Yeah, so, and then...
I mean, I remember my first start was bouncing off the backstretch of the tires of fucking Hudson.
Yeah.
I remember that, so.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I went...
Groove.
I think I went a good 3 years without really pounding the wall. And then that outlaw race, I was leading the race, and with John's, that car that's out there out in the yard.
Oh, yeah. That was in Canada now.
What?
I sold it.
What, the junk?
No, it's going to be...
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways. That was the car I won my first race in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm leading the race, and
Make sure you go sign it.
it's gone, right? Is it already
Yeah,
gone?
yeah.
Damn.
That was an old GG gravel car.
Right. So I'm leading the race, and I'm coming down the back chute wide open. I can see 2 cars in the wall. I'm like, wow, why didn't the guy throw the caution? You know? One of them hand grenaded a motor, and there was oil and parts all over
Everywhere.
the
Yeah.
car. So I'm like, then last second he throws the caution on. So I get off the gas. I'm still doing 90 miles an hour. I bury the brakes. I'm still doing 90 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
I said, okay, now I realize I'm in oil. I'm trying to spin the car. I don't want to hit it head on. It won't do nothing. I saw that wall coming at me as fast as I was going. I remember thinking, the drivers that died, what they must have been thinking.
Yeah.
And it all ran through my head. I remember I was afraid about breaking my legs, but my legs are too short.
Afraid about breaking his neck, but
And
it's
my neck's too fat. I said, I might make it out of it. Anyways,
He's got a built-in Hans.
so I hit the wall head on. I mean, I hit it head on.
Yeah.
And the guy standing right there at the fence says they jumped up a foot. That's how hard I hit it. But that was the first time I ever hit the wall. But it was, it was a good one.
Where was this?
Star Speedway.
Holy shit.
I don't know, 2012, I think it was. But yeah. And then
Oh wait, you borrowed Ronnie's car.
no, I hit the wall then too. That was well, that was before.
What? You borrowed your car, Ron?
Just shut up and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I wasn't racing for point. I think that was the year I was running Jimmy's Pro Stock.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Just hanging out.
So he had let me.
That's what you get. You all right?
You all right?
So I wasn't racing for points with the street stock. We had it all done, ready.
Yeah.
Joey had let me borrow his car earlier, years before. So I kept telling him, I'm going to let you drive that car one day. And then something happened.
That's the roofless one?
No. That was
Oh.
when it was a street stock.
Gotcha.
Was that car, though, right?
Well, yeah, same car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something happened and his crew chief disappeared and he didn't race for a few weeks because my thought was let him race his car for a few weeks and he has a couple of bad finishes, he'll start up front. then I'll give him my car, and he'll
Go.
mop the floor with him.
Yeah.
And so he didn't race for a few weeks, and we had said, we were going to let you drive it. So, all right, let's just do it. So we let him do it, and he piled it in the wall hard. He wouldn't even. I was sitting right where he hit. I was sitting with his son.
I was telling the record driver, he was, get out of the car. You're acting on fine. I go, just tow me in. I don't want to get out of the car.
He wouldn't even look up at us. Like,
They stand and ask me if I'm all right. I'm not even looking at him. I think I just destroyed this championship car. I was coming to the front, though. I was going to the front.
yeah.
And so somebody popped my right front tire that just turned hard into the wall. And I was arguing with the record driver, just tow me in. I don't want to get out of the car.
Yeah. And me and John just looked at it like, we'll fix it.
Yeah.
We did. We come back, and that was when they had the cheater nationals or invitationals or whatever they called it.
Job there.
So we fixed it, sent that over to handlebars. He pulled it and clipped the horn and brought it back and lapped the field. So
Literally.
it was all good.
Yeah.
The field.
Yeah.
So, Slika, when did you start?
1994.
94.
Yeah, I got an enduro car,
Yeah.
and Ronnie had some Caprice or something that he was going to run in the.
So did
enduro.
Ron get you all into this stuff? Well, how did you guys all meet?
Well, I met Ron through my cousin John.
Yep,
Who ended
yep.
up owning the 95s after.
Yeah.
He inherited me.
Yeah,
John retired, and
we went down and pulled trailer loads out of the race shop.
Yeah.
But just going with him to Lee Speedway on Friday nights. Working on all them cars, and that's what got me going.
Yeah.
And then I got an enduro car, and first lap the battery fell over, hit the radiator support, and I was stuck on the front stretch, getting hit. Thought I was gonna die, and all of a sudden I feel my car moving. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I look back, and he had trying to use all the spray paint up. He had like rainbow colors all over the hood. I'm like, Ronnie's pushing me off the track. And then I converted that car into a rookie stock, and
After you put it back straight.
yeah, well, that one was just the battery. Then I ran it a couple.
Well, you said you were
times.
getting hit.
Yeah, it's just little bumps.
Oh.
Nothing major.
When you crashed the enduro and the little Rico Ebro came out, remember?
Oh,
What?
I had this Ford Escort. It was always fast. The enduros.
Yeah.
Something would always happen. So I'm in the lead, and somebody got in my rear and spun me around going into 3, and I'm parked at the end of the straightaway, and I'm trying to creep down, but the cars are coming around. The cars are coming around the front of me. And I inch down a little more, and I just see this car flying. I'm like, oh shit. Dude hits me head on. The seat ripped out of the floor. I went under the dash. I got the shifter in my gut. I'm getting hit. And I'm like, man, throw the red. And finally, everything got quiet. I pull the seat off me. I get out of the car. This little midget jumps out of the car, and he looks at me and goes, sorry, dude, couldn't reach the brake. He starts walking across the infield. I look at the ambulance driver. I'm like, did I just? She's like, yeah, you're all right. You saw that.
Couldn't reach the brake.
I don't know if he was messing with me or really couldn't reach the brake, but yeah, that was interesting. That was the last time I ran into I don't know, or hallucinogenics or whatever, but
You're not in Kansas anymore.
supposed to take the acid after the race.
Couldn't reach the brake. Oh fuck. So 94 you got your start with a Caprice.
No, I didn't have the Caprice. I had a 71 Le Mans. That was the enduro car.
Gotcha.
We turned it into a rookie stock, and I crashed out a bunch of times. And all at the same time, helping him out.
Yeah.
And then what happened? We ended up my father bought a car for me, and thing was kind of a load. And we didn't do much with that. And then I built a brand new hobby stock and destroyed that. So
there's a pattern here
Yeah,
about wrecking stuff.
Fucking hard on equipment.
I crashed a lot of stuff. I wish I knew, then what I know now, because we probably could have fixed it, but I cut the cage off and we started building another brand new car.
Yeah.
And I actually had it almost done, and we sold it to Jimmy Renfrew for his brother.
Yeah.
And then somebody else bought it and ended up backing the fence at Lee and destroying that one. So it wasn't until 07, 08,
Yeah.
maybe, that I really got into it. And, I got Gertrude.
Yeah. So how did you get this car? Did you build it or did you?
No, this is Dave Joyce's car.
Yeah.
It was originally built for Gary Beauregard's son. The first week they went to Hudson, he was like 15 years old.
Yeah.
First weekend they went, they blew the motor. Second weekend they went, he in practice got all sideways, turned, hit the tires, and rolled down the hill.
Like rolled or like rolled?
Like rolled.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Upside down rolled.
Yeah. There's roll down the hill and then roll down the fucking hill.
For years that I ran this car, the halo was all twisted.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we went to Loudon that I straightened it. I put a new halo and stuff on it. But so after that, buddy of mine, Steve Wilmot, Pinball, he got the car and they ran it in the Howler. So this car was running the Howler.
Jesus Christ.
It died.
Car's got history.
Yeah, holy fuck.
It died like lap 50, and I think we had to move like 8 cars to get to it at the end of the night. And so he brought it back, put a new body on it, and ran it for a few years as a Strictly. And then I ran it one race for him, and he was building a brand new Super Street. And they were just starting the Super Street the next year, but they ran like 2 races. And he drove into a pile and got driven into the back of, got hit so hard the left rear frame rail was wrapped around the tire. We had to cut it off with the torches to just get it on the trailer. So we get it home and he's, that thing's junk. It's junk. It's bent. And I'm like, no, I think it could be fixed. So me and Frankie Gibbs were looking at it and we got under it. We made some measurements and I says, there's nothing wrong with that car. He says, doesn't matter. He says, I already gave it away. I said, what do you mean gave it away? He says, yeah, guy's going to take the cage out of it. And MacArthur was trying to start a rum runner division, full-size pickup. So I had one almost all built. And he says, oh, yeah, the kid's going to make a rum runner out of it. So I called the dude up, and I'm like, listen, Steve said you could have that car. I said, you can't have that car. He says, well, what do you mean? I said, just bring your trailer. You'll be happy. So he got there, and, he's a little pissy. And I'm like, listen, take this truck almost all done. This is yours. I'm taking the car. And Steve come in later that day, and he's, what the fuck's this thing still doing here? This is mine now. That thing ain't never going to win. And all 3 of us have won in it.
Yeah.
And
Kinda.
well, yeah, there's some question mark. What are the asterisks? There's an asterisk.
Yeah.
But that was my fault too.
Cheater parts?
No,
Soft tires.
Oh, yeah.
not
Kind
really.
of the goof.
Well, they weren't as soft as anybody else's.
You brought your
At the
3M
time.
roller.
Yeah.
We had the Hoosiers on when
Yeah.
it was an option. You could run the American races or the Hoosiers.
Yeah.
So the Hoosiers were a little softer to begin with, and then some jerk that works in a body shop spilled some stuff on them.
Yeah. I hear you.
But
Put some paint thinner and mineral or what.
yeah,
Yeah.
which if you watch that race, like it wasn't soft tires.
Spectacular, yeah.
I was like sideways around that track. Like Kyle Fredrickson was in the infield, and he said to me, he said, that was awesome. He says, it was like you were staring at me. Going through the corners. Yeah, so we won, and Russ, checks the tires, and he come up and leans in and says, those tires don't match the program. And we just laughed because it didn't matter. We weren't
He
racing
puts
for
stuff
points.
so nonchalant.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when he catches you, he's just like, well, better luck next time. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah. But in 30 years of racing, that's the only time I've ever been DQ'd.
Yeah.
All 3 of us got our first DQs
Same year.
the same year.
For the same shit?
Well,
no,
no.
kinda. 2 of us.
My DQ was we went up to Loudon it was the first Loudon race,
Yeah.
and I got the bright idea that we're gonna do double duty. We ran the 10-bolt rear end, so we already had the 373s in it, so it was just natural.
Yeah.
So we show up down to Star, and Ron goes out. I had some old American races. He goes out, and he's like, these things suck. He went out in the Hoosiers first.
Yeah.
And then we put the American races on. He's like, these things suck. And then he says to me, he says, hey, you know how you put that new motor in there? He's like,
You should go try it.
yeah, you should go feel that horsepower in that. I'm like, all right. I'm like, but if I'm going to do that, I'm putting the Hoosiers back on. So I put the Hoosiers on. I figured, well, I'm just going to finish sixth and not have to go through tech and everything will be good. And I roughed it up a little.
I think he was trying to wreck it.
Yeah, we had put a brand new body for Loud.
Yeah.
We had like 110 body braces in this thing. I mean, it was basically built just to go to Loudon that year.
Yeah.
And I don't know, some guy climbed my fender. I kept my foot in it, drove him up over my nose, and I was running 6 behind Chris Schroeder. I'm bumping him, just having fun. I could have went around him, and I'm like, no, I got to finish 6th. And last lap down the backstretch, Cashman and someone went off the backstretch. I'm like, oh shit, we're fucked. Ended up finishing 3rd. Russ says to me, what did I tell you about them tires? Because he'd seen them earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like, Russ, I need every advantage I could get.
Yeah.
Well, still going to have to DQ you. I'm like, that's fine. I'll take it. Yeah. And then Joe got the worst of it.
That was I never got DQ'd at Gertrude.
No. It was
I won that race.
It was in your car.
Yeah.
But you got
The red and white one?
Something happened.
The red and white?
No, it was black and blue.
Black and blue
black
one?
and blue,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
how much do you want to say about
yeah.
this? Why we get DQ'd?
Tell it, Joe. Tell it.
I got DQ'd on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it was a Wednesday race?
yeah, it was a Wednesday
What the
race.
fuck?
So coming up on Friday, Joe had missed a couple of weeks, and he's like, listen, I need a good finish for my confidence. He says, do my tires. He says, give him a little extra. I gave him extra. I loaded him.
Leaving black marks out to the fucking strip.
Yeah.
But in all context, we would have been all right because everyone was doing it.
Yeah.
Everybody knew the durometer didn't matter. There was some other circumstances.
But yeah, he goes out and he wins the heat, and Russ pokes him and tells him, don't win the feature.
I didn't listen.
So he won the feature. Me and Slika go down to the pits. Hey, he won. He come in. Nope. So then we come back the next week, same 4 tires. Didn't do anything to him. Same 4 tires. He goes out, wins the heat again. Russ pokes him, tells him again, don't win the feature.
That's why I gave John Cashman his car broke. It was the Fast 40 race, and I gave John my
He was
car.
in it for the championship.
Yeah, and he ended up coming from the back 3 different times. He almost won it himself with tires that weren't any better than ours, by the way.
Yeah. So he pulls down into tech, and Russ says to him, whose tires are these? John says, it's mine. We got chrome wheels. They run the black wheels. You sure those are your tires?
Yeah, after he poked him like 5 times.
Yeah.
He kept checking him, asking him, whose are these, yours or Joe's? And he checked him again. Whose are these, yours or Joe's? And that's when he told him, no, I got chrome wheels. Joe has black wheels. And then Russ thought about it for a minute. Oh, yeah, all right. So
So were those Joe's tires?
No.
Oh, so he's paranoid about.
Yeah.
Well, a couple years later.
Oh, a couple weeks later.
Yeah, a couple weeks later, we asked Russ. We said, "So, what was the difference between Joe's and Cashman's?" Well, wasn't much. But if they were Joe's under principle, he would have.
That whole day started off weird. He was going to be late. I forget why. Ronnie was going to be late.
Let's backtrack to the week before that Wednesday. I don't know why, but I drove the car. And
I was busy at work and couldn't make it.
Yeah. And so after the race, we started partying, and Rob McRae drove my truck and trailer down to like where Adi Russo and everybody was camping.
Fucking Rob.
Talk to Rob. He's right there.
Yeah. So Rob
Get a better conversation out of that.
So I drive the car down.
I love you, Rob.
I drive the car down, and we had it like little showpiece. And I don't know, about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, Rob says, "We got to go." I'm like, all right, let's go. Drive the trailer. So I jump in the race car and I fire it up, and I'm pulling out just to take the left onto the road. And what's his name there?
Guy who owns Grofton now.
Yeah, Humphreys.
Humphrey, yeah.
Yeah, Humphreys. He was working there and running the show down there, and he come over and he's like, "Don't you drive this race car home?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I probably shouldn't." And Rob come over. He's like, "You don't fucking drive this race car home. You're a pussy." And I'm Irish, and nobody calls me a pussy. So I fired that son of a bitch up and fucking headed up 27 in the race car, which I tried to explain to Mike after that. It was all right because, I went slow because I didn't want to spill my beer.
Yeah.
But he wasn't having it, and, for me being an asshole, the fix was in. So that was kind of our punishment. We took it.
Yeah, so
And we still laugh about it.
Yeah.
So I showed up that week. He gets DQ'd on that Wednesday after that. And then...
You got DQ'd the week before.
No,
No, it was the week after.
Oh, yep.
The Saturday after that Wednesday, I won the heat. But before that, I get there, I load the car, and Russ is standing in my pit stall. So every time I see Russ standing there, I always say, "Get the fuck out of here." I always fool around with him because I love Russ. And Russ starts laughing. So he's looking around. He had something to do. He was showing up late. He had something to do. He was showing up late.
Yeah.
So Rob McRae Jr. was helping me unload the car. And Russ is standing there. So I go, "What's up, Russ?" He goes, "Where's your two compadres?" I go, "Ron and Slick." I said, "They're on their way." He goes, "Oh." And he's looking at my car, and he goes, "You planning on seeing me in the infield today?" And I go, "What do you mean by that?" Right? I'm like, "Oh, tech." I go, "Yeah, I hope so." He goes, "Oh." He goes, "You planning on getting out of there?" What's he saying? He never talked to me like that. I'm like, I'm slow.
Yeah.
As you probably can see, right? So I'm like, what the hell does he mean by that? So anyhow, I go win the heat race. So I'm going to get on the scales, and he always directs you left, right, get on the scales.
Yeah, yep.
And Dave does the weights.
Yep.
And I'm waiting for him to tell me left, right, and he has his hands crossed, and he's just shaking his head at me. So I'm going, "Russ, where do you go, left, right?" He's going, I go, "Dave." I go, "What's he doing?" Dave looks at Russ, he goes to the front of my car, and he directs me on the scales. And Russ is still just standing there. So Dave goes back to the scales, goes, "Joe, you're all set." I get off. I'm rolling off. I'm looking at Russ. He's at my door. I'm rolling slow, and he's looking at me. I go, "Russ." I go, "What's the matter?" He goes, "Go in the pits." And he never yelled at me. All the years, never.
Yeah.
He just yelled at me. I go, so anyways, I get in the pits, and we go for the feature. I win the feature. I get on, same thing. He's shaking his head. He won't get me on the scales. So I roll on the scales. He comes right up to me. He goes, "You're done. You're DQ'd." I go, "Why?" He goes, "Your tires." I mean, he went over, poked my left front, and that was all he did. I said, "I know what this is." I know what this is.
Sorry, guys.
That's why John's tires weren't much better than ours, but sorry, we still love you. You know that.
I'd do it again.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, we've been going at it for a while, so.
Yeah. We
Try to get every advantage. Well, they had a problem like that for a while with the sticky tires.
We in the suck potters, we ran for years, not doing anything.
Yeah.
We just messing around, just going there just to win races.
The first time you try.
But everybody else was. That was the
Yeah.
thing. And I kind of wore it as a badge of honor that we were beating all these cars, not doing anything. Hell, they accused us of having the wrong tires on the car. We had just got done the Outlaw. I think it was the first year with the swoop body, and we had missed opening day. Well, we made it to opening day, but he ran old Gertrude,
Yeah.
and so the next week we're late
As usual.
Yeah, as usual.
We were late for this too, so it's all good. We get together just fine.
I got the car up on the scales, and Joe calls. We're getting ready for practice. Ron says, we're getting ready for practice. Well, I'm not ready yet. So Ron goes over, puts his fire suit on before we even leave Haverhill. I didn't have my shop here at the time.
Yeah.
And we load the car up, we get up there, and we had someone's open trailer. So they come running over there. First heat's on the track. You start last in the second one. Ron jumps in the car. I'm unhooking it. He starts it up, goes out, and they start that year just switched to a hard compound right rear tire.
Yeah, they went to the 705 right rear.
Yeah.
And I had done some research. It was it's funny, we were running American races, but it was actually a Hoosier engineer told me what to do and gave me the best advice on that. And he goes out, starts dead last, wins the heat. And people are screaming. Russ come out of the infield, come over to look at his right rear tire to make sure it was the right rear tire because he's got the wrong right rear tire. So if you look, the next couple wins, if you look on the right rear tire, it says right front only. Because we'd put that on there to bust balls. But we had the right tire. The car was just hooked.
Just hooked up.
Yeah.
So what made you guys get into the Outlaws and that stuff?
We just evolved
Evolution.
with the street stocks.
Yeah.
You know, I had two street stocks back in the day, and we sold one. That one like got dumbed down to run with the Strickleys, and we just kept evolving my other one
To get into the other stuff.
Yeah, just to keep going. And
Yeah.
it's one in every configuration we've put it in.
Yeah.
You know, So
Yeah, you do have a lot of wins in that.
yeah, there's a few.
Yeah.
What's funny is the first street stock won enough money to buy the second one, to have the second one built.
Oh, that's a pretty good fucking year.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good year.
Yeah. Lee used to have a 50-lap, 2,000 to win street stock race. And
Yeah.
I won that a couple of times. And between that, the track championship, the Triple Crown championship, it was like, let's build a second one.
Yeah.
NASCAR paid pretty good when you won the championship.
Yeah, that was in 05. We were the top NASCAR division that year.
That's true, yes.
They had dropped the pro stock, so I ended up
At Lee?
No, at Star.
Okay.
Yeah. Which we had just got a pro stock.
Yeah.
And then
what the fuck?
And Bob Weber had called us and told us, don't buy it. I can't tell you what's going on, but I wouldn't buy that car.
Yeah.
But we had a sponsor that was buying it for us, so like it's a free car. Let's take it.
Fuck it, yeah.
And then right after we got it, they announced that they were dropping the pro stocks, and the street stocks would be the top NASCAR division. And so we're like, all right, we'll bring the street stock back out.
Yeah.
And we ended up winning the championship, and we finished 12th in the region. So it was like right before New Year's. I get a check in the mail from NASCAR for like $9,500.
Holy shit.
You get this fancy helmet, and I was supposed to go to Nashville for the banquet.
Yeah.
But we didn't make that. And somebody said,
Joey wouldn't get through fucking the TSA, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's funny is...
I wish they would bring, not to interrupt you, I wish they'd bring the street stocks back to Division 1. Because that's, up here, I mean, it's the biggest car count we got. And the biggest division of...
It's the best division in New England.
It's the most competitive division. And I know some people will hoof and haw about it, but it's just what it is, you know what I mean? And I mean, David Greensley, he racked off 2 championships. He was first in the thing, and Division 2, you know what it pays? Fucking $0.
Really?
It's fucking,
Yeah.
and it's just not fair because that team will go to 3 or 4 different fucking tracks, run every week, like how it's supposed to be, trying to race against the down south guys that they don't get winter. You know what I mean? And just for like they have the late models as Division 1, so it's just or whatever it is up here. I don't know what it is up here, but I hope they try to get the street stocks to go to Division 1 because they deserve it. I mean, it's the biggest car count and the most competitive class we got around.
Yeah. The best racing.
Yeah, that too, and like obviously we have the mods and late models and stuff like that, but
that stuff's fun, but it's competitive.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Yeah, no, for sure.
know?
So going back into what you were saying, you got $9,500, took Joey out to dinner.
Yeah, that would have taken most of it.
They didn't have half price apps back then.
Yeah,
Tell about the Applebee's trip we took. We after the races, we go to Applebee's, just me and him. Nobody else wanted to go.
Fist fight?
I was pissy,
No.
So we're
You were pissy?
so I stayed home.
so we're ordering our stuff, you know, and a party of like 8 people come sit next to us. We had more empty plates on our table. And I'm not being funny either. We really did. I think they asked to move, didn't they? I think they tried to get away from us. Like, they didn't want us. He goes, look at they're leaving. And I said, next to us no more. I think they were scared. We really have more empty plates.
You weren't joking about competitive eaters.
Oh, no.
Oh, we're good.
No, keep your hands and feet away from our mouths.
We're good.
We got the ribs. We had so much ribs in front of us. We had to knock them down so we could talk to each other.
Look like Fred Stone and Body Rebel.
This past year,
Halloween run. Bonnie and Fred. My wife could be Wilma and your wife could be Betty. She looks more like Betty. My wife looks more like
Coming to Facebook this year.
I'll be Dino.
No, you be Kazoo.
Yeah. Put the kazoo helmet on.
this past year on Classic weekend, you know, my old car owner, his cousin John and his wife Debbie were up. So they come to the races and they come to Applebee's with us afterwards. And me and Joey both ordered the ribs. And Debbie's sitting across from me and I tell her, "You're about to see something beautiful." She just blinked and they're gone.
That good, huh?
Oh yeah.
We go there, and Joe starts off with the apps, and he takes the menu, and he looks at it, and he goes, "Why don't you give us some of these? We'll have some of these chicken wings. Why don't you give us some of this, some of that? I'm ready to order. I'll take a soup." The best, he says, we went out one time for lunch. He said, "Let's go out for a pizza." Like, okay. He's like, "We'll get a couple cheeseburgers too."
And we ate them.
We did.
It's one night the waitress comes over with all the appetizers.
Yeah.
And they said, "Geez, you ordered everything but the pretzels." Joey's like, "Okay, send us the pretzels too."
You know what sector we were in that mod? I had a hard time getting in and out of this car, like bad.
What? What did you run?
Kyle Fredrickson's modified at the SBM race.
Holy shit.
And I couldn't. I had to get in like a half hour before they called us out. So Woody Pigcat blows up his car. So Kyle says, "They need the car for the points." He says, "Oh, let him do it. It is what it is, you know." And
It would take me an hour to get out of this seat, but
that bastard, he climbed in and out of that car in 2 seconds. I go, "How the hell is he?" He's looking at me like, "What do you mean? How did he do that?" But oh yeah, it's fucking yeah. We gotta smarten up. We gotta start losing some weight, Ron.
It's winter weight. Wait till race season.
Yeah, that lasts all summer.
yeah, you got to work on the left side.
We got 6-packs. They're just under the kick.
So 05, you had the street stock. I was doing good. It was Division 1 back then.
Yeah.
You had a pro stock coming up, but that got put away.
That was 05, the beginning of 05. That pro stock ended up being Joey's Outlaw, the one that they just talking about.
Really?
I was supposed to have that ride.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Me and John were talking about
Pushed
it.
it out of it.
And I went down the barn one day, and Scotty and Nani, they were working on the car. And,
Yeah.
"Oh, what are you doing?" "Oh, we're getting it ready for Joe." "Oh, I guess I'm out."
So the Outlaws were pretty much fucking lawless, just like the name.
When that first started,
Yeah.
like that was designed
that
like
had a good set of rules when it first.
yeah, when it first
Yeah.
started, like they did that to get all these old cars back out of the barns and out of the fields and get them back racing. You know, you could take an old
Like how they're
Camaro-
doing with the V8 Enduros right now, yeah.
Yeah, you could take an old Camaro Clip Pro stock and put 8-inch tires on it and go race it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Gotcha.
and then the rules just started to get crazy, and then the money started to get crazy, and people just, they
Went away.
went away.
Yeah.
So
People building brand new $60,000 straight rail.
Yeah.
but
Still
when it-
getting beat by a street stock.
yeah.
That must have put a sour taste in their fucking
That was
mouth.
awesome. We call that car Frank. We chopped the thing all up. We made it coil over.
Yeah.
We won.
Oh, and that's the car right there?
Yeah, that's it.
No shit.
Yeah.
What are you doing with it?
Robin Potts.
What is it, fucking a showpiece now? Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
man.
It's a conversation starter.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, I mean, it has a lot of wind in it.
The other street stock that paid to build that one was on the jig in the back.
Yeah. The only thing original on that's the rear hoop, the halo, and the left side door bars, and the left side rail.
Yeah.
I put a new front clip on it, new rear clip. Yeah, that was the one Rob drove there for a little while, a couple weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wrecked it. Fucking wreck it, Rob.
Wreck it, Rob. He should be here.
yeah. He probably has some good fucking stories, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, ask him.
He could be another podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With pinball.
Yeah, we'll get pinball. He got some stories. Yep.
So, so what year did you guys get into the outlaw stuff?
Right
That
from the
was-
beginning.
Yeah, when it started.
What year was that? We can guess.
11?
Yeah, something like that.
05. So what did you do in 05, 06, 07, 08?
06, we ran street stocks.
Yep.
Finished second in the points that year. I think Mitch Wendell won that year.
Yep.
08, maybe 08. Oh, 08 might have been when I went and drove for Schroeder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I did that for a couple of years.
That was
then-
adventurous.
Rental helmet.
I wrecked a lot of stuff driving his cars. Sorry, Bobby Melvin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we're gonna get into that too. He brought that up, and he's like,
Bobby was trying to take credit for giving you the bulldozer name, but I told him that.
"Well,
was
no, it wasn't that." He said he called you the bulldozer that night, and then that fucking feature, he's in the fucking wall. So he's like, "Well, what the
That
fuck?"
was the next week.
Yeah, that was next week.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was escalating.
what was that all about? Were you guys just next to each other all the time and getting into each other? Or?
No. When I was driving for Carl,
Yeah.
Carl likes to stir the shit pot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly because he never gets to lick the spoon. So Carl, like when I drove for his cousin John, like if I left the track pissed off, like I leave the track mad, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I would normally calm down. And if I didn't calm down, John would calm me down. Like,
Yeah.
he would say, hey, listen, it ain't that big a deal. John was very calming when you talk to him.
Let's go to Applebee's.
Yeah, that was before Applebee's was even built. But with Carl,
Yeah.
Carl would take the stick and just keep poking you.
Yeah.
Remember when he hit you? Remember when he did this? Remember when he did that? So that just escalated, and I got into it with Tony Cueza. Me and him
Okay.
were battling for the lead, and,
Yep.
and Bobby ended up inheriting the win. And in victory lane, he had said it looked intentional, and that's why they call him the bulldozer. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I've had enough.
Yeah.
Which normally by Monday I would have been
Yeah,
calmed
you're
down.
good, yeah.
But dealing with Carl, you don't get to calm down. So,
Yeah.
the next week came and Bobby passed me, and I'm like, well, I said I'm going to do it. So I closed my eyes and I never let off the gas. And so I hit him, spun him out, and I drove that car head on into the wall.
Yeah. No, I saw the video.
I wrecked it hard. So I got what I deserved.
Yeah.
And that was one of the stupidest things I ever did.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
racing, And me and Bobby, we've never talked about that incident. We've talked.
Well, now you guys can
Since
see
then.
each other's episodes and then
Yeah.
text each other after or something.
Yeah, I probably should have watched his.
Gonna start all over again.
Boy, you said you were a real fucking asshole.
Yeah, I am. I mean, we've talked about that. Not
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that, but I mean, we've talked since then.
Yeah.
My daughter had some medical issues, and he messaged me on the computer and talked to me about it, and we just let it go.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we used to get along pretty good before that.
Yeah.
But like I said, Carl likes to stir the pot.
Yeah.
And he just kept me wound up, and it just escalated, and
Kyle will
turned
go around.
into.
Kyle will go around and tell other drivers, my driver's going to get you this week.
Yeah, he'd tell him, my driver's not going to take any shit this week, so if you're in the way, he's going to move you. So if you go out there and you start racing, and incidental contact. You bump somebody, they're pissed off because
World War III.
he said he was going to do that.
Yeah.
So that was on purpose. So, yeah, that was the stupidest thing I ever did.
I wanted to go into that because he talked about it, and I was like, oh no shit. So how did you get the bulldozer name?
Off of Marco's message board.
Well, wasn't it DT Dave Thomas after you and
No.
See, I always thought of.
No.
Remember that? I always thought that was it.
So what
No.
is this thing? What is this message? What do you mean?
Marco Thomas used to have the racing paper, and he had this message board.
Oh,
And
okay.
on the
Yep.
message board, like, you could come on anonymous was a strange name, a different name. So nobody knew who you were.
Mako
And-
actually.
Oh, so it's like the racing pages back in the day before the podcast shit started. and-
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, the racing
Exactly.
paper.
Yeah.
Well, Mako used to have different names that he'd give people the names and passwords on so you could start stuff.
Yeah, and tell them to stir the pot.
Yeah.
So one day, because before that, like when I was racing at Lee, John Spence used to call me the Rocket.
Yeah.
Rocket Ron, and, whatever.
Yeah.
So then on that message board, somebody, was shitting on people, and he got to me. And he called me the bulldozer and said I had $1 million front bumper, and when I hit things, they explode. So I'm like, I kind of like that. And,
I would have cut that little piece out.
yeah, so
Put it
then
on the
I
wall.
get, we bring the car to the track, and he's got bulldozer rode across the door. So it just
It was
stuck.
just the back in the day kind of things.
Yeah.
And then we had before the podcast, it was the racing paper. And then we had the fucking online racing pages where you could read some serious fucking shit. They're still up. You can still go read old shit.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, that was when you asked Superman that time there. Boy,
Yeah.
wore his underpants on the outside.
Yeah, we were getting ready for Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
And we qualified on Saturday, and it snowed Saturday night, so they postponed it. And during the week, Aaron Fellows, his nickname was Superman.
Superman, yeah.
So there was somebody on that message board, I think it was the same one, that talking about how Aaron Fellows is the man and he's Superman. I said, well, if he's really Superman, ask him why he wears his underpants on the outside. All superheroes, they wear their underwear on the outside.
Yeah.
So I had asked that, and what was funny is on that Saturday in qualifying, I was taking the lead going into turn 1, and Aaron Fellows went by me so fast. He was in the lead coming off of 2. Now, I was passing the car. He passed both of us.
Holy shit.
So they were doing the plus minus, and so he was starting on the pole for Sunday, and I was starting 8th or 10th or somewhere, and it snowed. So I took the ride to Northern Tire, and they had come out with these tires for the Unity race. They weren't 704s. They said medium on the side, and they were soft.
Yeah.
And he had them, and I had 4 worn out ones from the race before. So
Yeah.
that's why, he just rocketed by me. So during the week, I went to Northern Tire and I picked up three of them. So I come back on the next week on the Sunday, and he comes over. I hate starting on the pole. And I said, well, you can come start in the back with me. No. Well, I caught him, and I kind of squeezed him down on the restart so he couldn't come up off the turn.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
ended up getting him. And
on the back.
It was a nose-to-tail battle for the rest of the race, and I ended up beating him.
Holy shit.
And it was funny because there was somebody, I don't know who it was, the next year they come up and said, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Because I guess he had, during the week,
Yeah.
he had stopped by their shop, talking about how he's got this. He's, I'm starting on the pole. I'm going to win this. And, here I come from the back and took his lunch money.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Probably the only time I could take his lunch money.
Got lucky.
He stay at it, man. He's
Oh, yeah.
he's definitely a fierce competitor, and
Yeah.
he's very quiet. I'm surprised he got all that out of him.
Yeah.
He's a very quiet guy.
Yep. Yeah, he used to talk to me at the races, and, then, we never had any run-ins or anything. We just kind of went different ways. And,
Yeah.
You
That's what it is.
I stayed, with the street stocks mostly, and he went up into the late models.
Late
and-
models, went to mods,
Yeah.
ACT, came back down, all that stuff.
Yep.
So what do you got on your fucking notes, buddy? He's got all these notes prepared. He doesn't even know now, so he doesn't want to tell anybody before we start.
I'm very secretive about my notes. Oh, Joe, you got to tell the brake story.
Who?
The brakes.
Oh.
Put the brakes on backwards?
No.
How much of an asshole are you?
Yeah, back to him being an asshole. So I'm driving Gertrude. It was 2019. So I'm going out for the heat race. And we're lined up to go. And they keep on telling you, pull up, stop. I'm almost ready to go on the track. He's standing by the window net. So the guy tells me, pull up one more time. I step on the brake. The brakes go right to the floor. So I go, hey. I says, he goes, what's the matter? I go, I just lost the brakes and went to the floor. He goes, what the fuck you want me to do about it now? Go out there and fucking race. And I did like an idiot. I said, man, what the fuck am I driving for? This guy's nuts.
Well, like I said, I couldn't do nothing about it now. So let's either go racing or
I think we finished second.
Yeah, we did.
With no brakes. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, Joe's had a lot of good runs in this car. The time he took a detour through the pits, didn't go a lap down.
Well, that was a good one. Yeah, that was cool.
What?
It's the first time he ever drove the car.
Where?
The 40 lap. It wasn't a 40.
Yeah, it was one of the fast 40s.
Yeah.
And we started towards the tail,
Yeah.
and Cashford and someone had a problem down the backstretch, and they took up the whole track. He had to go right.
He's either hit him or go down the pit road at 90 miles an hour. And I chose pit road at 90 miles an hour.
All I see is my trunk lid and sparks. And he came whipping around right back out on the track and didn't lose a lap.
Yeah. And I remember thinking that guy Bob's
second
always.
that race.
Yeah, I finished second that race. Yeah. That guy Bob's always
Bob
yelling
Keane.
at slow down, Keen.
Yeah.
Slow down. I says, oh my God, Bob's gonna love this. I went through there wide open, and I went out wide open because I didn't want to lose a lap.
Oh my God. I'm glad the cars weren't fucking lined up there.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Bob and weave.
Yeah. At least you're taking a left right off. Fuck. Imagine if you had to fucking hang a right.
I didn't think that far ahead. I just did what I had to do.
So you went down to Dillon. You guys did that shit
Twice,
now. So
Yeah, the first year I went.
how's that different from what we got up here? Obviously the tires, but
Yeah, total disregard for safety down there.
Yeah.
what do you
With
mean?
that blunt-ended wall through 3 and 4.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I went down 2015 maybe 16,
Yeah.
and we got rained out. So I left the car in the trailer down there, drove home, went back the next weekend, and I had a real tough time trying to figure it out. The biggest track at the time I had ever raced on was Lee, and
Yeah, what is that? A half mile?
it's,
Or like 4
tenths,
tenths? 4 tenths.
yeah. So you drive it a little deeper. I mean, it's got characteristics of Hudson, got characteristics of Star, got characteristics of Lee. But, the 10-inch tires kind of threw me for a loop. And so it wasn't until like midway through the feature, like when I went a lap down, that I realized how deep you could drive it in and grew the balls. And
Oh, gotcha.
I started running with the leaders, but one guy apparently didn't like me being a lap down in front of him and turned me head on to the inside wall. And so when I hit, my foot went up over the throttle, caught the throttle, and I ended up hitting the guy in the door full throttle. So fuck him.
Yeah, hey, fucking.
But I thought something was wrong with the car, so I pulled in, and like the Dufanettes were there. They started pulling. They're like, everything's good. I'm like, nah, dude, throttle's sticking. I ain't going back out there. And it wasn't until after I realized, and I was like, shit, I could have finished that fucking race.
The second year we talked about safety. No, that was the first year.
Yeah, that was the first year.
It's cold. Worse than here. I can't explain it. My toes are falling off cold.
Cold down there?
I swear to God, bad. Worse than here.
It was 45, and it
Well,
felt
you're
like
in
it
a
was,
fucking bowl.
felt
So
like it was 10 below.
Yeah.
So we're in the infield. So my son says he's with me, and he says, "Dad, I want to go up in the grandstands." I says, "Too late now." So he walks out to turn 3, right where the pit steward stands. The track's right there. We're on pit road. He runs out there. I run out. What are you doing? The late models go green. They're coming down out of 4.
The guy at the end of the track says, go.
Green, wide open. He tells my son, go. My son runs across the track as they're coming down, turn 4, wide open. I panic. It's my kid. I chase after him. I run up. When you get out of the track, there's a little slit you had to slide through. The
gate
pit gate.
Yeah.
So my son, I zip through and I'm ready to scream at him. I hear the other pit steward that's up there start screaming behind me. I turn around.
Matt McMahon.
Matt is fatter than me and Ronnie put together. He's following me. I don't know this. He tried to slide through the slit. It ain't happening. No. He's stuck in the wall. I can just imagine those Super 8 models drivers were thinking when they're going into turn one, it's big fat guy stuck in the wall.
And then when Matt got in the stands, there was some kid following around calling him daddy. Daddy? Matt's like, get away from me, kid. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your daddy.
Long lost son from Matt.
Yeah, so that was an experience.
Oh, fucking A.
The last time we went down there, we had clutch issues and transmission issues, and he was in the last chance race, and I'm just on the spot of stand. 3 wide. You're in the middle. 3 wide.
The clutch was slipping. So I'm going, they sandwiched me.
Yeah.
So I might just hold my line, stay right in between them. He's telling me 3 wide, still 3 wide. I'm like, guys, you fucking passed me. I don't want to hit the brake. I don't know if there was somebody behind me. We stood. I was in the meat and sandwich. I don't know how long. It seemed like forever. 3 wide, still 3 wide. I mean, they're cranking down there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There was a hole in the track in turn 1. I swear to God, it was 4 feet by 5 feet. There was a hole.
If you watch that video, the one where he spins out, it's because he hit that bottom of the frame.
Yeah.
That extra car and spun.
Oh,
out.
Yeah, it's right there. Boom.
Yeah,
But,
and then they were hot topping it that night. I'm like, Joe, go help him. That's what Joe does. Joe's a hot topper.
So you guys also did NHMS. You touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, twice.
How was that? I mean,
When I had brakes, it was really good.
Yeah, he lost brakes.
Go down turn 1, step on the brake, goes right to the floor. Go down the backstretch, I pump the pedal up. All right, your brakes work now. So I come back around, come down the front stretch again, brake goes right to the floor. So then I pulled it in. I told him afterwards, I said, I didn't think you could scam me. I was wrong.
I'm watching from the infield, and he passes a couple cars, and he goes down the backstretch, and he's passing 2 at the same time. And then I lose him. Then all of a sudden, them 2 cars come by. I'm like, oh, shit. Here he comes down pit road. So we got him in, and it was just a brake line had loosened up. The car was pretty much a brand new car. So we tighten it up, and I'm like, go back out. I'm like, you might as well. We don't know when we come back. So under yellows, he decides he's going to pull down pit road to let the field go by. So we're standing at the wall, and he pulls up. He doesn't pull into the... He pulls up, and he doesn't pull into the pit, and he yells something out the window. And I thought he said, I just come by for ice cream. And so I says to Ian, I says to him, I says, did that motherfucker just say he was coming by for ice cream? He's like, no, he just said he's coming by to let the field go by. Like, I was pissed. I was still fucking pissed. Like, I know that's what he meant.
I would have taken an ice cream.
I'm going to sweep the garage.
But we kept going to the back, and I kept racing back up through.
Roar up through.
Get to like 7th or 8th, and then the caution would come out, so I'd let the field go back by. We actually ran pretty good.
Yeah, we were down a couple.
well, why did you kept going back?
I was down laps.
So they kept putting you. Oh, because
No,
of
we
the fucking.
fixed it under green. I think we might have caught a yellow and sent them out. So we were down a bunch of laps, and at that point it was just him have fun.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Just
going
playing.
back?
We're thinking about it.
What, they having a race again?
Maybe we're looking for sponsors for
Yep.
years or something. If anybody wants to help us out.
Yeah. Hey, fucking here's the platform to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's this moat story Ian
moat.
talks about it?
I'm not going in no moat.
Yeah. That was up at Unity. They had there's a 5,000 to win race, street stock race up at Unity.
What year was this?
I don't know, like
98, 99.
no later than that.
Was it?
Yeah, I would say like 2002, 2003, somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
But I'd never been there before, and So we went there for the practice day, you know, walking around the place. Like, it was raining. So we're walking around. Actually, I drove the dually around, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They race on this? Like, you know, there's grass growing up through, big cracks. There's a huge pothole in turn 3. Yeah, turn 3. And I'm like, I don't know how they race on this. We go out. Ooh, this place is fun. Because it was fast.
Yeah.
That pothole, like you'd hit that pothole and it would move you up a half a groove. But you wouldn't lose any speed. Like, it was good. Inside, outside, didn't matter.
So it was like Hudson coming into 3.
Yeah.
Come on.
A little faster though.
Yeah.
So where I'd never been there before,
Yeah.
I wanted to watch some of the other races. And I'm sitting in the pit grandstands and I'm looking at the fence. I'm like, there's seaweed on the fence. Like, big clumps of grass. How the hell does that happen? Then
Found out.
One of the 4-cylinder cars comes off the backstretch, down into the moat, hits, splashes water up. A friend of ours was ducked down behind some woman.
Some big old lady.
Oh my God.
She got splashed. He come up. Yeah. So that answered the question of how the seaweed gets on the fence. So at the end of that race, like the last lap, we were coming out of 2, down the backstretch.
Yeah.
Taking the checkered. The cars were out of control. I got hit, and I was heading down the hill, and I got it turned, and I'm like, I ain't going in no moat. and I came back up on the track like the Dukes of Hazzard. They told me you could see air under all 4 tires. I'm like, I'm not going in no moat. That place was fun. We went back the next year, and, you know, if I could have only run one race that year, it would have been that one.
Yeah.
And
well, they're coming back.
Well, what's funny is I was telling somebody at a flea market. I was at the Lee Flea Market and talking to somebody from Maine, and I told them, I said, I love that place. I had a lot of fun, and they like, are you out of your mind? Like, no, that place was great. Outside groove, it didn't matter. It was fast either way.
Gripped up, yeah. So is that one of the most, I guess, characteristic tracks you've ever ran, or? I mean, you've been doing it for a while, so
yeah. I mean, that one had
have
a
you
lot of
traveled
character
around
to
and
it.
stuff, like White Mountain or anything back in the day, or
been to White Mountain. There's a lot of tracks that I've never been to. Like I've never even watched a race at Beechridge.
Oh, really?
Now it's too late.
Or Oxford or anything like that?
We did Oxford once. That's how I started driving Gertrude.
Oh, yeah? How'd you like that?
I was doing okay till I blew the motor.
Yeah, we had Russ
Okay.
Yeah.
We had Russ Nutting helping us out.
Yeah. Russ is helping us in the pits, and he kept telling Slika, think about racing in a parking lot.
Yeah, he's trying to get me to stiffen up the left front. So I'm packing spring rubbers in there, and he's like, you gotta change that spring. I said, I'm just putting spring rubbers in. I'm gonna try to make it stiffer that way. I said, I don't want to change the spring. It's like ain't nobody said it's gonna be easy. Fuck Russ, changing springs. But I don't know, in the future we were passing late model sportsmen's until it grenaded. And then we went to the casino.
Yeah, we went to the casino. I won $100 there.
Hey, yeah, he got something out of it.
I was trying to lose at the casino. He's standing there. You ready? I'm like, yeah, let me just finish what I got left for money. And I kept winning. I'm like, what the fuck? We're never going to get out of here.
Yeah, I think after Oxford, the first time when they had that casino, we were at the hotel across the street, and Desmond went there. So it's like 2:00 in the morning. I'm still in the casino just playing. I'm like, yeah, fucking. He's like, we got a fucking race tomorrow. I was like, yeah, I'll fucking be there.
Yep.
Oh, so how'd you get your number?
From the very first enduro.
So this is what I ask everybody. I got my number because my buddy that passed away overseas had Joshua 1.9 on his back. It's a Bible verse, so that's how I got 19. So how did you get your number? Is there any story behind it or anything?
Not much. It was when we did that first enduro. My father had suggested we pick a high number so that we could get 3 numbers together. So we just picked 94, 95, 96.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So my father had 94, I had 95, and my father's friend Mike had 96.
Yeah.
And I've just kept it ever since.
Yeah.
You know,
gotcha.
when it's my choice, I put the 95.
Gotcha.
But I've run enduros where somebody else took the 95.
So you're 955.
No, I
595.
I put 495. So I write down the side of the car, just another drive down 495.
Yeah.
And I wrecked the guy that had the 95. It wasn't nice of him. Yeah, I didn't do very well in enduros. I leading one, ran out of gas.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I've run out of gas a couple of times where they took that job away from me. They wouldn't let me put fuel in the car anymore.
Probably because you forgot.
We still don't let him.
Yeah. I was leading a street stock race at Lee, ran out of gas.
Fuck.
It was like within like 2 or 3 weeks that happened. Like run out of gas in the Enduro car, run out of gas in the street stock. So that's
You're all done now.
John and the rest of the crew are like, nah, you're not doing gas anymore.
That's where the meat in the seat came in.
Yeah.
And then at Unity, I put too much gas in. Frankie, come over. What are you doing? You told me to fill it up. Not that fucking full.
Pissing everywhere?
No, it was more weight than he wanted.
Ah, gotcha.
Like, well, you got to be specific.
Yeah. So what about you, Joey? How'd you get 94?
Being this idiot's teammate, I guess. That's how I got that. It
Yeah?
was 95, so we took 94.
He used to run the 14.
Yeah, 14 years ago. I don't know how I even got that number. I think Bob Weber Sr. gave me that number.
Well, there you go.
I think he gave me my name, too. One time I went up to the window, and he called me Joey the Jet. And it
Oh, hey, yeah. So that's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I totally forgot to ask you how you got Joey the Jet.
We call him jet lag.
He said he is slow, so.
His wife calls him Joey the Jerk.
You want to see him get mad? Ask him what his wife used to call him, his original
Yeah, she
nickname.
got that from you, asshole.
What's that?
Every time he passed me, he used to go like the choo-choo sign.
Yeah. Choo choo.
Yeah, choo-choo. So then my wife picks up on it, so she's calling me choo-choo. So one day at one street stock race, he went by me and he gave me the choo-choo sign. And then I brought out the caution. So the car broke. So I'm standing outside the car on the track. He goes by me. He's going like this, being a smart ass. Next lap, his fucking car broke. He was leading the race. Yeah. I'm like, get out like that, you motherfucker.
So your nickname used to be Choo Choo?
Yeah, choo-choo.
He liked it because he actually had the train whistle on his phone as a ringtone.
So how did you get the 8-ball, Slika? What made you start that?
Drugs.
No, so I was sitting there. I was like, "How the fuck you get 8-ball? Were you always behind the 8-ball on something or what?"
I don't know. No, we went to go.
Drugs.
Yeah. An 8-ball fell out of my pocket, and I said, "That's it."
That's the number.
Jim Champagne. I was reading a lot about him, and the things he did. He ran the 8-ball, and I just always thought he was pretty cool. And when it come time to pick a number, I wanted something no one else had. My first year in Gertrude was the X65, because when Steve had it was the 65. So I just put an X, and then I think 08 was when we put the 8-ball on it, and it's the way it was from then.
And then how'd you get your number?
9 New Hampshire.
There it is. Yep,
Yeah.
that's what it is. I look back at the 95. I'm like, hold on a second.
9 New Hampshire's still under there.
Yeah. Oh, I
Just in
gotcha.
case I gotta fire someone.
Again.
No,
I'm gonna sure miss that wrong guy.
when I was a kid, Billy Clark lived down the street from me.
Yeah.
And I used to ride my bike around. They'd be working on the car, and I would always just pull up in front of his garage and just stop and watch him. And then they would load up, and if I wasn't going to the track, I would ride my bike as far as I could to the 495 bridge, and then I would just go back to my house and be mad I couldn't go to the races. But he was 9 New Hampshire, him and John DeBarrow.
Yeah.
And they were Haver boys, and so that I always liked that number. Matter of fact, Joe's the Outlaw, when that was a pro stock,
Yeah.
we had gotten it off Billy Clark. It was 9 New Hampshire then.
Yeah.
So I just figured that's a cool number to run, and that'll be the number. My nephew's gonna run that number now in the slingshots.
Yeah. So he's got one back there.
Yeah,
and everything like that. What are you guys trying to do next year?
Play.
Yeah.
Play.
Just have fun.
Have fun.
We're gonna see Ron and Joey in slingshots or something.
Yeah. Well,
We can't fit in the car.
Cody told Joe today. He says, "If you want, I'll build you one."
But just play around.
Yeah. We're gonna race with him. We'll probably be every race at style.
Yeah.
With 2 streeters. We're hoping to have 3 streeters rolling this year, ready to go. I'd like to go play some more.
All right.
We'll be late.
It's not the Daytona 500.
I'm just saying.
You gonna run a race against me and Ronnie?
Yeah, I'm gonna dump you.
All those
I owe
fucking
you.
firings and shit you did. Oh yeah.
I owe you.
What?
Yeah.
How you figure? What do you mean?
Well, when you spun out in front of me, and
Yeah. Well, off the
I
fucking.
got one chance to drive the 95.
Oh, is that that
Car I've
picture
been
you sent
working
me?
on my whole life, and he spins out in front of me.
Is that the one that you hit?
Randy hit me. He spun me on. Hey, how about the Duval race? I'm leading the race, right? He's running Pinball's car. He's in second. And I can feel him all over me. I'm like, all right, I'll give him the outside. I'll make him stay to the outside, And I'm holding the bottom. 10, 15 laps. All of a sudden, I don't see him no more. I says, I knew what he did. He burnt up his tires.
Well, I was used to them strictly tires. You can beat the snot out of them, and dude.
Yeah, not the Outlaws.
Not the outlaw tires. I learned 5 laps into it. You can't do that. Yeah. And then Ronnie drove by both of us like we were going backwards.
I was just thinking I won that race.
See how proud he gets. His hero.
Hey, I set up all 3 cars.
Yeah, he did, actually. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and then I destroyed Steve's the next day at
Hudson.
Yeah, I thought we were good to go. We were like a few tenths quicker than everybody else. Coming off a top 3, I'm like, I got this race. I got the Weber friendly start. I was like starting 3rd, and because we went through tech the night before, I didn't put the air cleaner on the right way. Hung the throttle up. Got a flat, and I tried to wiggle up. I wanted to go down in the grass, and I caught Jeff Rollins' bumper and almost cleared the wall into the pits, and bent the front rear clip, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, you ain't the first person to tell me that. Justin Littlewood did the same thing his
Yeah.
first start in a late model and fucking hung the throttle at Monadnock, fucking pounded the wall with
Yeah.
it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's how Pinball ended up with his brand new car. I made him a trade. I went and bought him a car that was good, and he gave me all the pieces in the box.
Got it called podcast notes, huh? What else you got here?
I don't know.
You ain't got nothing.
See?
Oh, there they are. I was like, what the fuck?
What do we got?
What do we got?
I don't know. Go-kart stories?
You guys rip it up on the go-karts at K1 or something?
I wasn't there.
Oh, man.
So it's that. I think we had a rain delay, right? Rain out?
We had a Reno, so
We
we
had
all
a rain
go
out.
to.
It was me, Kyle,
Yeah.
Joe,
Chris.
Chris. No, Chris wasn't with us. Yeah.
You didn't go?
No.
Yeah, I remember running go-karts against you.
That was that time.
All
Yeah.
right.
Rob Jr.
Yeah, Rob and Rob Kid.
we go down to Seabrook. And they said, "Oh, you got to make an appointment." We said, "Wait, an appointment?" So we said, well, what's the next appointment?" They're like, "Oh, 3 in the afternoon." It's like 11. Like, I got an idea. He said, "Kyle just turned 18. Let's bring him to Kittens." Right? I thought Kittens was still 18 plus. Bridget the midget was there.
Oh, shit.
We got it. We were in.
Brother.
Huh?
I know her brother.
Yeah.
No, I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he a midget too?
No.
Oh.
No, he ain't.
So we were in. I mean, he could see the titties from where we were standing.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, you got an ID?" We're like, "No, he's 18. We're good." They're like, "Oh, we're 21 plus now." So we said, "Well, what are we gonna do now?" So let's go to Salisbury, kill some time, play the arcades. Well, I don't know. Them guys went and played the arcades, and me and Rob wandered off into tents. So we were pounding beers, and Rob Jr. had to come in and get his father.
What?
Rob Jr. had to come in and get us.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, guys. Enough's enough. We're sitting there at the bar. And the girl's dancing in front of us. And I put $1 down, and Rob puts $1 down. And she comes over, and she grabs my dollar, and she grabs Rob's dollar. Well, she's right in front of my face. Rob puts another $1 down. She's still right. She grabs Rob's dollar. She did that about 3 or 4 times. Rob's like, enough of this. What's wrong with me? Am I ugly?
She didn't explain to me. His head's so big that she could get it in there. That's what it was.
So it ended up coming time for us to go go-kart racing.
Coke cotton.
Yeah, me and Rob, we were primed, but them boys were
Sober.
racing. Rob Jr. says, I'm not doing go-karts. I don't do go-karts with people who race. Well, like, don't worry, Rob. You'll be fine. Joe, what'd you do to Rob Jr.?
We almost killed him. Poor kid. This kid's like a Sasquatch. He's huge, right? I mean, he's on the cart. His knees look like roll cages. That's how high up his knees are in the go-kart.
Jesus.
So he doesn't want to go because he knows his father's a complete idiot. And
No offense. Rob.
when it comes to racing, Rob, I love you, but you could be an idiot. So
And plus we were intense.
yeah, and he's drunk on top of it. So now we go out. They're electric carts. So we're racing. Kyle was fast, Argovich. He's fast.
Yeah.
And all I can do to catch, I said, why's this kid kicking my ass? He weighs 50 pounds. That's with a hard on. I weigh 300 pounds. So now we're lapping. We're lapping Rob and Rob Jr. So anyways, we're lapping those guys. And Kyle gets me in traffic. And he goes, Rob tries to pass Rob Jr. Kyle goes 3 wide on Rob and Rob Jr. And there was a little bit of opening. And I went for it. I went 4 wide. I pushed Kyle into Rob into Rob Jr., who didn't want to be out there. And when I went by Rob Jr., I went underneath his car. That's how high his car was. He come out fucking pissed. This is why I don't want to do it. He's screaming at Rob Senior. Rob's trying to calm him down. I saw this poor freaking kid.
Yeah, a lot of my friends found out not to go and race against me and LJ in fucking go-karts. It gets fucking serious out there.
How about when you were driving the track at Star? How horrible was that?
I'm out in my Hyundai. Joe, he gets kidnapped by Rob.
What a mistake.
Adi Russo's out there. They're hitting each other. Adi drove his truck into Rob. The trailer hitch got stuck under the bumper.
Yeah.
Rob dragged him around the
Listen, Rob's out there with his rack body pickup truck with 50 ladders on it.
driving it like a street stock.
Driving it like a street stock. I'm grabbing I'm holding the dash, and I'm telling him, let me get off the track. I want to get out. He's telling me, shut the fuck up. So then, now the track officials come out, and they're flashing the lights. I go, Rob, they're flashing the madhouse. I don't give a shit. He starts racing Adi Russo. They start slamming doors. He blows out Adi's pickup truck window with his mirror. I'm like, oh, shit. Then I'm going, he's going by Slika, and he has 4 guys that are frightened to death in his car. I got the window down. He looks at me. I go, Slika, get me out of here. Yeah, they're all lunatics, all of them.
Tyler Moore.
Where the fuck is Ron at in all this?
He's too smart to go.
I was probably at the hot dog stand.
Just hanging out, grabbing a pizza. Fuck.
He's just thinking, yeah, we're getting DQ'd again.
I was pre-gaming for Applebee's.
Yo.
You get no wrinkles if you keep it full.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Hey, Rob, if you listen, you know I love you, brother. You know I love you.
We do love Rob, and we are very disappointed he didn't show up because he was gunning, because he's a very funny dude and would have been perfect for this. So might have to do another podcast.
Maybe you should start yours back up.
I don't know. I need a producer. If anybody wants to be a producer and take care of all the technical, and I'll just talk.
Kyle just raised his hand.
Kyle, he's busy putting a race car together.
Yeah. Yeah, producing his podcast.
We need a YouTube channel to follow us around daily.
We have a #1 show.
We would. Hunt the Front who?
So, with the Rough and Fenders podcast, we got our Rough and Fenders moment. Biggest hit or your biggest fuck you moment. Biggest controversy, Ron.
Yeah, we already discussed that one.
Who did fist fighting?
No one. We don't fight.
We're lovers. We're not fighters.
But yeah, that's
Mine was probably there when Speed 51 first started the video and the video stuff, and they would do all the highlights from all the tracks, and like that first week I was on there with Chris Kingsley. I had watched him when he was like 3 cars ahead of me. And
yeah.
he was moving up through the corner, and I'm like, oh, when I get to him, this is where I'm going. Well, I got to him, and he didn't move up, and I put him around. And my first thought was, damn, I got to apologize to him. Then I come down the backstretch, and everybody's going under him, and he's still sitting at the top of the track. I said, well, do I be a pussy and go to the outside, or do I go under him? Yeah, fuck it, I'm going under him. When I did, he throttled up, spun me around, and we got hooked. I threw it in reverse, backed up on his hood, started doing a burnout on his hood. And then I pulled off him.
Where was this? Hudson Star? Star, yeah.
Speedway. Yeah.
Fucking Star's full of action.
And then
I love it.
He
Absolutely.
started going.
I love it.
He started going down the backstretch, backwards to turn around, and I came down and got him in the door, and we got booted out of there. But that was like the first week Speed 51 did that. If you go in their archives, it's like the first week. So that was probably my.
Was that like a couple years ago?
Yeah, that would have been
What year was that?
14.
That was a long time ago,
14.
A couple years ago. 14.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
15.
It's fucking
No,
8 years.
Yeah,
It was probably 15, 16.
yeah.
So
yeah.
6 years ago?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, it wasn't that far.
How about you, Joey?
My biggest problem ever stemmed from we're at Applebee's, and I ordered.
Your roughing Fender's fucking moment is from fucking Applebee's?
I ordered appetizer, and he put it in front of this asshole. He didn't say it was mine, and he fucking ate it when I went to the bathroom. Other than that, I mean, that's all I really
they wanted
remember.
to fight out
Oh,
the
we had a big
club.
problem there. The manager came over and everything. I think they gave us another, made such a stink, they gave us another app. Didn't they? Ron?
Yeah.
I think he ate that
We'll
one through the
take care of this
basket.
one.
That's about it.
They gave us 2 for that one.
You didn't have any controversy moments out there? In the Outlaws?
Let's see. Like,
In the Outlaws?
no, not really. Other than when he was hitting me that time, the first race I won there, and give me a hard
Oh,
time.
when I spun you out.
Yeah, he spun me out, blame me. No, I mean, I'm pretty. I feel I'm a clean racer. I mean, I'll race you hard.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, did you
No.
run it? I mean, you guys been doing it for a while. You guys had to run into it with someone there.
No, I never really had any really problems with anybody. I mean,
One of the biggest. Steve, what's his name? Wrecked you under yellow. Steve
yeah.
Landry.
Oh, Steve, yes, me and Steve get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spun Steve, and it's just a racing deal, and he came out of the pits pretty pissed off, and
Joe
Steve
was leading.
Steve don't give a shit about it. No, I was third. I was running
Oh,
third.
third.
Ronnie was leading.
I probably won that one.
The fuck up. Oh. Anyhow, yeah, Steve came out, and I guess he thought I did it intentionally, and he drove into me under the caution. And other than that,
You guys
but
played Demo Derby too?
yeah, but we're friends now. And other than that, I don't really have any problem with anybody, per se. Every now and then.
Applebee's is your biggest Rough and Fenders moment. That's
Well,
a fucking
that's
first.
that's my thing. You don't want to hear my story?
No, I'm just saying. You're the first guy to bring food into
I
it.
care about the race car. I care about my food. We'll fix the race car. I can't cook.
Joe, I think you should tell him about when I drove your car when you were standing in the pits.
Oh, that was the same night as the Kings.
Oh, fuck yeah. Listen, I give him my Outlaw, my Ford City car for he's in the points. I wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And so I go walking up to the gate to watch him run, and what was that guy?
Spider.
No, Frank.
Frank Marabito.
Oh,
Frank Marabito's crew chief is standing inside of me.
Yeah.
And my car goes by under caution, and before the race starts, and he looks over and he sees me. He goes, what's, I go, my teammate is in the car. I gave him the car for the night. He goes, oh, that's nice. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So the race starts. He gets it to Frank and spins him out.
Twice.
Eldridge?
No, Marabito.
Oh, yeah.
So then his crew chief looks at me. What the fuck you want me to do? I'm standing here beside you. Right? So he makes me feel uncomfortable. So I walk down the fucking fence. So I stay next to
Brian Gagnon.
who's fucking 25 feet tall, right? I'm 2 feet tall. Well, maybe 3 feet.
What did Ron do?
No, now the caution comes up.
Oh, well, gotcha.
So I walk down to get away from Frank's crew chief. I'm standing next to Chuck Denny's crew chief. So he looks down. He goes, "Hey, Joe, how's it going?" I go, "What's up, man?" Right? So we're shooting the shit. Green. Boom. He takes out Chuck Denny. So now, he looks down at me like this, and I'm looking up, like my head all the way up, right? I look at him, right? He goes, "What the fuck?" I go, "Brian, what do you want me to do? I'm standing here." I look down, I go, "Fuck," I ended up in a fucking tree by myself. I go, "Thanks, Ron, you fucking asshole."
I'm helping to make friends.
But to top it off, that was the same night
Oh, the same night. I forgot about that.
with Kingsley.
He gets in with Kingsley. I'm sitting next to his fucking mother. So she knows I'm with him. So they get it.
There's a rough offenders moment.
She turns, she starts staring at me. I just wanted to fucking go home. I'm like, these guys are killing me.
The cop, you better go get him.
Oh, yeah, the cop. I come down. The cop, he's flipping out. The cop goes, "You with him?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You better contain him or he's going." So he gets out. He all fucking feisty. I grab him. I pin him against the car, right? He's taking his helmet. I took his helmet.
Yeah, he's holding me, wrap me up with one arm. I pull my helmet off to throw it. He grabs it, sets it on the hood. My gloves, he takes them, sets them on the hood. Oh, while he's holding me, I'm trying to run. My hood 3 feet in the air. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So you guys got any sponsors you guys got to thank?
Yeah, myself. I sponsor myself.
Yeah.
And I sponsor him too.
Yeah, Hush Pavement sponsors us
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Hash Pavement and Demo is our biggest sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Frank and Son Roofing.
Yeah.
He helps us.
Slika Motorsports. We've had a lot of good sponsors.
Slika Motorsports. What do you say? Happy birthday to yourself on your fucking birthday?
When? What?
Say Slika Motor. Like it's just joke. It's Slika Motorsports. What do you
Oh,
say?
no, he said Slika
Happy
Motorsports.
birthday to Keith.
Happy birthday, 23. Yeah. No. But no, we've had good sponsors over the years.
Yeah.
Renfrew's always been good to us.
Yeah.
On and off the track for years. You know, I was a spotter when he ran Bush North.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, and
Well,
Ronnie
fuck, we should have went
drove
into
for
that.
him.
God damn.
Yeah, that was good times. That was one of the most fun 2 years we had. We were getting ready to go to Dover, and my second child was being born, so we had a scheduled C-section on a Wednesday, so I could get to Dover on Thursday.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so we had
My old lady would tell me to go fuck myself.
dude, I got
Holy
Listen,
shit.
she don't give two shits what we do racing. This is what I'm so
What you do?
grateful
Yeah.
for her. But so she has the kid and I hang around for a little while. So all right, I gotta get on the highway, I gotta go. So I'm heading down 95. Jimmy calls me up and he's like, "Hey, where are you?" I said, "I'm somewhere on 95. He says, "Turn around." He says, "The hurricane's coming up the coast. They just canceled. We were at Dover Speedway, Dover, Delaware." And he says,
Yeah.
"They just canceled Cup practice, canceled our race. So we're all done." He says, "We're gonna head back." It's all right. So I whipped it back around. 4 o'clock in the morning. I get back to the hospital and I get in the hospital room and she's half asleep. I wake her up. I'm back. "Oh, that's so sweet." I said, I couldn't be away from you and the kid. She's like, that is so sweet. Says, "But you're fucking full of shit because I just saw it on ESPN. Cup qualifying's canceled. Bush North race is fucking canceled." Damn it.
You fucking try to give you that.
Yeah. No, she's good to us. She's the reason we got all this. She lets us do it. She doesn't.
Yeah.
We don't hear a peep about it, about what we do. We're going racing. She lets us do what we want, right?
So-
it gives him more time with a boyfriend.
I know. I see, the front door, all the construction materials in the front door's all moved.
His
It's
name's
good.
Jerome.
Fucking Jerome must have been here. Whatever. We'd like to thank Jerome for the last 4 sets of tires we got. He's a hell of a guy. Jerome's Painting, if you need Jerome. He's got the longest stick in the painting business.
Well, I appreciate the laughs and making me cry fucking almost for fucking 2
Did we
hours
go
with you guys.
overtime? We went overtime.
Oh yeah. Well, we don't have no time
Started
limit.
late.
We can fucking yeah. We didn't go over. There's
Hey,
no time limit
We're the
here.
closest to Star Speed. We were the last cars to pull in the pits.
That's sad.
We've been on the scales, and I can hear the cars practicing. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Well, races are won on the shop, not here. You know? Well, there. But I always say victory lane's right outside these doors. It is.
Well, yeah. No, that's I
Literally.
got the fucking joke.
I actually. It's funny.
Blow 2 in.
No, I fucking got it.
You hesitated.
And he started to try to like sound it out for me. I was like, I got it.
I gotta make sure because I deal with Joe.
I'm confused. New rule comes out. I go, what the fuck is this? Just sit and relax, drive the car, let me handle it. I don't understand none of it.
Yeah.
The rules?
Well, if the rule comes out, we need to snap this just so many inches or something. Like
I would just fucking let Joe look at him just to fuck with him.
I know. I posted them over there for him.
I just make believe I'm reading them. I'm just daydreaming. Looking up around.
Well, as I said, I can't thank you guys enough for coming on. And
Yeah, it was
Thanks for
good.
having us.
Yeah.
hopefully we can see
Good time.
all 3 of you guys out in the street stocks together and see Joey put you over in underneath the billboard.
Pretty soon. I'm trying to get this other car ready for Ron so I can have my car back and fucking show these guys how it's done because just not getting it done.
Yeah.
I had to go this year to Hudson. I hadn't run for 2 years and I had to go over there and show them how to pass cars.
Ask him how early he got to that race.
Yeah.
He wasn't even going to go. I'm the one that made him go.
We had some problems with the car that I
Yeah.
thought I figured out Saturday night. So Sunday morning I come in and I'm moving some shock mounts and stuff. I'm still in my pajamas. And my buddy comes in. He says, "What are you
in my fucking pajamas.
My buddy comes in. He says, "What are you doing?" I jokingly said, "I'm going to Hudson." And he's like, "Oh." So he jumps in, starts helping me. And my wife comes in. She says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to Hudson." She's like, "Well, you better hurry up. You better put some clothes on." So we get loaded up and we get to the other side of Epping. We didn't even leave Epping yet. Blew 2 tires out on the trailer. I says, "Fuck this. It ain't meant to be." So Joe comes, brings a tire, and it's the wrong tire. We ended up just driving it back on the
Should have called
flats.
Ron.
Right?
Hero. Fucking hero.
So Joe says, "Just put your car in my trailer." I says, "No, we're done. We're done." This is it ain't gonna happen. Next thing I know, I hear my car running. He's putting it in the other trailer. I said, "Oh fuck it, I guess we gotta go." He says, "You never let me quit. You're not quitting." So we showed up and unloaded out of the trailer and went right into the heat race.
Oh, fucking
right
perfect
from there,
timing.
and I
You don't need
Oh,
practice.
yeah. He forced Chuck Denny 3 wide again. And I'm walking through the pitch, and there's fucking Gargantua fucking looking at me again.
Yeah, I believe he called me a piece of shit. I almost beat David Greenslet.
Yeah.
I was going in between Danny and Greenslet, trying to take it 3 wide.
In a heat race?
No, in the feature.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I was like,
I drove back up through.
gotcha.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'd like to get out and try a few races. We'll see.
When we let him.
Yeah, when they let me.
Yeah. So you guys soon? Are you guys gonna get Joey a Fat Man door?
Well, he had that when he drove Purpose car.
Put a fucking dump truck through that window. Hey, why'd you bring that up for? What are you saying?
No, I'm the same size, my man.
Huh?
I sit there
You're
and
saying I'm
struggle.
the fucking same size as you? You kidding me? There's
Close
no
enough.
way.
Close enough.
I'm as fat as him.
He's a little taller.
I'm kidding.
No, I gotcha. But yeah, no, I wish you guys best of luck in 2022. And
Yeah, we're gonna go try to just win races and have
Fuck, we're
fun.
ever gonna win races. You keep on telling me we're gonna win races. So,
Well, it's up to you.
am I getting fired again?
it's up to you. Yeah.
I'll fire him from his own car.
That's been done.
But yeah, that's, Cody's gonna be running his
Slingshot.
So he's the next generation. He's the future of Slika Motorsports. He's, I'm weaning down. I don't really want to do a whole hell of a lot, and he's young, and he helps me out in the shop, and I help him out. Give him
By watching him.
Give him what he needs.
Okay. Well, you said I watch him, dude.
I watch. Listen, I had to do it all on my own.
Yeah, well, fucking same here. I had my dad's help when I could.
He's not gonna be one of them spoiled little brat racers.
Yeah, well,
he's gonna
No,
everything.
no helmet holder.
no helmet holder.
That
You got fucking
he wants to ruin that front bumper. He's gonna make himself a new fucking front bumper.
yeah,
$1
million front bumper.
Think about Rock can show him how to make those.
Yeah.
If that was true, I might not have gone through as many.
With the price of steel now, I think they are about $1 million.
Yeah, close enough to
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Yeah, but can't thank you guys enough. Like I said,
Yeah,
and
man. Thanks.
I got to list off a bunch of sponsors now. So if you guys want to get up and stretch,
I'm gonna
and
go
do whatever.
Take a piss and shit.
Ron, you can sit here. You can read them if you want. No.
Ron can do it all.
But no, thank you guys for coming on.
yeah,
Thanks for
real,
having us.
Thanks
Honestly,
for having us. Thanks for everybody for tuning in.
yeah.
We wanted to get it up to the 40 viewers, but you guys fucking slacked on us. And we only got 20. So I hope you all watch the replay when half this shit's edited out.
No, nothing will be edited. Nothing gets edited. Fucking clip and fucking post. There it is.
We might put a secret recorder and add on what we do on the back. So
Yeah, I'm telling you.
after the mics go down.
Yeah,
But
but-
thanks for coming.
Say Rob says bye.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rob. Rob, thanks for being here as well, man. I appreciate it. No, but thank you guys for coming on, for real. Honestly. But with the Rough and Fenders podcast, we got a bunch of sponsors that we have to thank at the end of the whole podcast. These guys make it happen. Kenny's Auto and Truck Repair, 24/7 light and heavy repair, and custom hydraulic hoses made on site from a daily driver to a semi. Jay Kenny is your guy. Give him a call at 978-483-1713. His friend Nick Saba, A&A Auto Care, with great work and prices that are fair. Think A&A Auto Care. Give him a call at 781-933-8070. Justin's Roofing, good supporter of the podcast as well. From a roof needing done to a facelift, Justin's Roofing has got you covered. Justin does great work and gets jobs done fast. Give him a call at 603-438-4805. Another great friend of the podcast is Jerry DeGaspari. I fucked that up again. I even watched the Seaconk race and even still fucked up his last name, but he's definitely a great guy. He's got his own landscaping business. Need a yard cleaned up or trimmed up, leaves picked up, anything like that. Give Jerry General Maintenance a call. Jerry's an awesome guy and gets works done fast. Give him a call at 401-265-0968. The next guy is Ron Bolduc's great friend from a long time ago, Bobby Melvin at ProFab High Performance Division, for fabrication from flag stands to race cars to even 350 supers to big semi trailers to haul your SCCA cars. ProFab Metal Fabrication has you covered. Bobby Melvin is a longtime competitor and a hell of a whiz with the MIG welder. If you need anything fabricated or welded up, give him a call at 978-490-8340. Another sponsor of the podcast is Andrew Harmon from Andrew's Handyman Services. If you got scrap in your yard and stuff that you need gone with the great prices that can't be beat, and an empty trailer, always give Andrew Handyman Services the call at 603-327-7155. Another great friend of the podcast is Matt Robinson of Robinson's Motorsports. Just starting out racing, need help with a cage, fitting a seat, or setup, give our good friend Matt a call. Has a big shop to fit your car and get you started in racing, to hanging bodies to setting up your car to carry speed through the corner. He's got you covered. Give him a call at 603-554-2429. Definitely a great sponsor of the podcast. His good friend Everett is another. Where are you going? Oh, okay. Have fun. Everett Ramsdale V&K Automotive, definitely a great sponsor as well. Car ain't running right. Got a side project car you need done. Yard tractor needing a fluid check or refilled. Everett V&K Automotive has you covered from your daily driver to a German tank. You coming back?
Yeah, what, round 2?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, if you want. I think you just want a beer. Oh, man. No, you're good. Nah. I'm just sitting here reading the friggin' everybody that helps me out. Yeah, he would. But as I was saying, everyone will do it all. Give him a call at 603-801-5066. Another sponsor of the podcast is J&D J&D Power Equipment Incorporated, generator sales and service. Have a business that relies on a power system or needs something to power your race trailer while at the track. J&D Power Equipment Incorporated has you covered with over 30 years of servicing New England from commercial to regular people. They got they got you covered. Highly rated, and the people I would send you to. Give them a call at 603-463-8030. Fucking looking at fucking Joey over there massaging Rob's head. But New England Racing News helped me out with a recorder for trackside interviews to everything like that. So make sure you guys go and follow and like their Facebook page and go to their website and check out all that stuff. They cover all New England and racing news and all that stuff. So give them a like and follow on Facebook. Go check out their Facebook. It's an awesome thing. But last but not least, the last sponsor of the podcast, Cole Companies. Randy Cole, just interviewed him last weekend before Austin Erickson. We talked a little bit and we came to an agreement, so I can't thank him enough for coming on. Heat not working like it's supposed to. Don't have heat coming through the vents like you want, or you got refrigerator not working out for you. Just give him a call. He has many years of HVAC and diagnosing your heat problems to refrigeration, ice boxes. Randy Cole has got you covered with all that stuff. Give him a call at 978-304-1389. From myself, Slika that wanted to stay in and grab a beer, Ron Bolduc, Joey's trying to read something, and everybody that tuned in, I can't thank you guys all enough for your support. Make sure you guys go buy a shirt off roughandfenderspodcast.com, and appreciate you guys all watching. Thank you. Yeah, like and share the replay, like Keith said. Thank you guys very much.